Everybody. So today's lesson is all about self-portraits. And if you break the words apart, it literally means a picture of yourself. So that's what we're going to be doing today. It would be helpful if you had a picture of yourself or even a mirror to look at so you can really take a good look at your characteristics and trying to pick yourself on paper. So I'm going to show you kind of a sort of easy way to do it, and obviously yours is going to look different from mine because everyone's different, and this is a picture of yourself, not of Miss Lane. So get your paper ready, and I'm going to show you a couple of tips on how to make your self-portrait the best it could be. So typically, not always, but typically with self-portraits, people tend to focus on their face and usually do their head, neck, and shoulders. So that's what I'm going to do. Plus, it's easier to get a lot more details when you draw your head pretty big. So I'm going to start with sort of kind of the shape of my head. And mine's kind of ovally. So we're going to go with that. Let's see. May not be perfect, just kind of close to what you think it is. Sort of like that. I turn my head that way maybe a little bit. A little lumpy, but that's okay. And then you got to look at what else your face needs. Most people have 2 eyes, 2 eyebrows, nose, and mouth, and depending on what your hair looks like. So I'm going to start with where my nose is. It's kind of sort of in the middle of my face, sort of like this. And when I'm looking in the mirror, I see sort of the side of my nose. So I'm going to draw sort of the side of my nose. Again, I'm not worried about it being perfect, so you shouldn't be either. So my eyes, the brown part of my eyes, are circle-y shapes. I'm going to start with 2 of those. Da-da-da. But your eyeballs are not perfect circles. They're sort of football shapes. And your eyelids usually cover up part of the circle part of your eye, or else you'd be walking around like this, and that's a little bit scary. So I'm going to draw the top part of my eyelashes, and it sort of covers up like this. Just a little curvy shape, covers it up just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Okay. I'm kind of color that in a little bit. And I'm going to add more colors later. I'm not going to worry about it yet. And I'm also going to add eyelashes later. We're going to hold off on that for a minute. And then I'm going to do my lips, whatever they happen to look like. I'm going to show you the way that I would usually do it. If you have a different way that works better for you, by all means, try it. Let's see. I'm going to do kind of the middle part of my mouth. So first I'm going to figure out how I want my mouth to be. Do kind of a smiley face. So mine sort of is more flat and just a little bit curved on the edges. See? So that's when I'm going to draw the middle part. Sort of kind of like that. Okay, and if I want to leave it like that, that's fine. If you want more of a stylized version, if you want it to look a little more realistic, like mine has the actual lines around it, I'm going to kind of do sort of a seagull or like a M shape. So it's going to start pointy, small, 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 and then it's going to be a little M and then get pointy again. See that? And then for the bottom part, it's going to be mostly sort of like a, what do you call that? A U, I guess, little lumpy shape. And again, it's going to be pointy on the edges, more curvy on the bottom, and pointy on the edges. Not perfect, but not worried about it. Then I've got eyebrows. Mine are more long and triangle-y shaped, so that's just sort of kind of how I'm going to do it. And if you really want a trick, you can take your fingers and follow along your nose. See how the curve of your nose flows out to the curve of your eyebrows. So wherever the top of your nose is typically where your eyebrows start. So I'm going to kind of do like this. Okay. Sort of kind of. And again, yours will probably look different from mine, and that's okay. All right. Another trick I can show you is that you'll notice that the top of your ears usually lines up with your eye. So wherever your eyes are, that's where the top of your ears are going to be. Just scoot over a little bit. And ears, well, they kind of depend on what your ears are shaped like. Mine are kind of like little coffee handles, coffee holder or mug handles. A little knot in there. Okay. And I'm gonna do my neck and shoulders next because you don't want just a floating head. That's kind of weird. So I'm gonna start here, have a little neck like this, and then just go outward to where the shoulders go. So just go down and then over, kind of like that for some shoulders. Then I'm gonna draw whatever my hair looks like. Mine's kind of in the Princess Leia looking buns today. So I'm just gonna draw it how it sort of kind of looks, kind of parted this way. Little ones like that. And I'm not gonna see all of it, but that's okay. Okay, and then I'm gonna show and draw whatever my shirt looks like. Voila. Obviously it's not perfect, but I mean, at least you've got sort of kind of an idea of how to go about it. Start with your basic head shape and then add your characteristics however you see them.